The corner of Wall and Broad receiving a visit today from Time Magazine's Person of the Year. President-elect Donald Trump ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. A who's who in the business world showing up to take in the spectacle. Trump vowing to put a presidential focus on artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and lower corporate taxes for companies who invest stateside.
You pay 21 if you don't build here, and meaning your product or whatever it is you're building. And if you do, we're going to try getting it down to 15%. But you have to build your product, make your product in the USA.
We begin here tonight, here on the Hill, with Kevin O'Leary. You know him as Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank fame, chairman of O'Leary Ventures, friend of the show. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you as always.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Of course. So I saw a lot of euphoria today there, right, at the stock market, and you can understand why. Stocks have been up since Donald Trump won the election. Cryptocurrency has been ripping. Oil is at or below $70 a barrel. There's talk of lowering taxes, right? Who doesn't love those sorts of things? But I'm also looking at inflation at 2.7%, wholesale prices rising, eggs up 8%, transportation up 7%. And I just wonder, Kevin, if we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here and if the real worry for Donald Trump still is inflation.
Could be. Economy is very, very strong. That's what you saw. The print was hot. The print was hot today. But, you know, this deregulation and this new idea of 15% if you invest $1 billion in America, I mean, I'm licking my chops on that one. That's pretty interesting. I mean, think about it. You know, if you talk about developing something like an AI data center or any real estate development, it's way over $1 billion. At 15%, that's incredibly competitive. And so I think there'll be a fair amount of interest in figuring that out and understanding the policy on it, because policy matters. But, you know, the euphoria in the market and Trump showing up at the New York Stock Exchange and all the CEOs, $1 trillion worth of market cap. I mean, they're celebrating a pro-business, pro-growth environment. What's wrong with that?
No, I've just there's really nothing wrong with it. You know, and we'll see how sort of the market and everything plays out. I just wonder with, you know, inflation still showing up and still being there, whether or not that's eventually the ultimate worry for Donald Trump. You mentioned data centers. You just had an announcement of your own of putting together an off-the-grid natural gas and geothermal power infrastructure to build the largest AI data center in the world. And Donald Trump was sort of talking about AI earlier today at the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Here's what he said, and I'll get your reaction on the other side.
We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that. It's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it.
So you just talked about the announcement that Trump made yesterday about the $1 billion and permitting and fast-tracking that. The data center, though, Kevin, that you're talking about is in Canada. It's not in the United States. And so I wonder what that says about where the U.S. is right now on that crucial front, data and AI.
Well, there's only 2 states that can bring a gigawatt of power. The problem is a gigawatt of power, which is what the hyperscalers want. You know, the Teslas, the Googles, the Amazons, the Microsofts. That's 1 million homes worth of light a night. So we can't put that on the grid in America anymore. You got to find gas or nuclear power. Nuclear power is 15 years.
Isn't that an issue, though, right? Because we do want to be the leader in this.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have to partner up with Alberta. They've got the most gas in North America. So this woman, Danielle Smith, who's very friendly with Trump, he knows who she is. She's the Premier of Alberta. She's got 200 trillion square feet of natural gas that can be converted into electricity at the lowest cost in North America. And so when I met her, I said, yes, ma'am, I'll spend a ton of money, $70 billion, to build it out, and we'll be. Listen, I think that the relationship between Canada and the United States has been good forever. And I think the fun he's having with Trudeau is he doesn't respect them. But
yeah, so what do you think's going on with Trudeau and Trump right now, right? Because Trump's doing a little bit of trolling, a little bit of tariff threats. What do you think's happening there?
He's just having fun with him. He doesn't like him because Trudeau bashed him in his first mandate, and Trudeau's on his way out. Canadians hate him. He'll be gone soon. That's okay. But Danielle Smith who is probably the energy woman on earth right now, has the lowest cost energy in oil. Trump wants to light up XL pipeline again. She's the queen bee on that one. And she's got the most low cost energy in America, just north of the border. So listen, I want to build data centers in West Virginia and North Dakota, but right now, she's my special friend. I'm going to find $70 billion, and I think Trump's going to like my project.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.